Grubhub gaming time.
Yo, yo, hello, hello.
Excited to join us on the days. It's already been so many games in America. There's so many more to go.
Day of Rocket League. Us down to just one overtime longer. By the end, we'd have a better idea of who was going to win. But no, we were 7 minutes into an overtime and we still didn't know. It's been great. Also, yeah, great to watch top blokes taking guild there.
All right.
Chiefs, I hope you're ready.
Oh, shit.
I brought mine with me, but I heard you didn't have time to get yourself
I know.
a mug ready.
I made
So
a terrible mistake. I was too enraptured by the previous series. I forgot to make tea, so everyone else is gonna have nice, fun mugs, and I'm short.
All right, there we go.
I feel your pain here, but we'll get you through it all. As you
All
said,
right.
we're about to get into North America before we do.
Chat,
Of course, as I said,
I
we'll get into
love
your tweets.
esports.
Let's take another look here
And,
at the Verizon 5G.
these
Chat,
are
up
two
next
teams.
is, Miles, as at Big Mac 1004. Hey, Twitch chat is now 1-4. Nice job, blokes. Congratulations, chat.
They got one. Good job for chat.
They're making sure that we're.
Did I miss the chat vote?
When we get a dub, mention it, guys. We did forget to mention that. So. Good
I
job.
might
We'll
have.
see if North
I might
America's
have
a
missed the
little
quick
cleaner.
fan chat.
We've seen how close they can be as well.
Who knows?
Let's take a look at the bracket now. Cheese, you know, this is same situation here. We got a lot of matches. We got this page playoff system here, and G2
Weird.
will be that first one
What the
up.
hell is this
So
format?
many
This format is so
potential teams here
confusing.
in North America, where it seems like Europe, we're like, okay, yeah,
Winner
here,
advance
there's a
here,
lot of
loser
potential.
here.
Yeah, big pressure as well.
And then
on G2
single
FaZe,
elim from
both
there?
Just being able to squeak in
Huh?
to the championships. Through
God,
the
that's
point
so
system,
weird.
Of course, but G2 coming in with a much
So
different
weird.
showing in the major. So it'll be interesting to see.
Right,
If they
so
continue
I'll
to
go
play
ahead and
as
get
well
my
as they
predictions
were
in.
there.
Right.
Space Station and Rogue also another great coin flip and a rematch that
G2
see in the major.
hasn't been
these
looking
first two
that great
matches are gonna be quite interesting.
since they lost. Well, actually,
Quite
since the
interesting
beginning of the
indeed. And
season.
let's take a bit of a deeper
They've
dive
been kind
here
of on the
into one
down
of
and
those
down,
teams. G2
while
and
FaZe
is
Clan
coming up
has
soon.
been on the
So
up
let's
and up.
see FaZe's road to the championships.
And oh, is this? All right, hold on. I'll be quiet. Is this just a
If
montage?
there's one team in Rocket League you should never sleep on, it's FaZe Clan. Before joining one of the biggest orgs on the planet, AJ, Gyro, and Illusion played as the Peeps. Peeps OG Gyro literally changed the meta by winning DreamHack Montreal in 2019. From that day forward, the Rocket League world got its demo on. Their RLCS X start was equally explosive, reaching the semis in the first two regionals and the quarters at the first major. Fourth at the next major was enough to convince FaZe Clan, literally FaZe Clan, that these guys could do the business.
Another early goal for the Peeps. This just keeps happening.
But reaching the top 6 would never be easy. Fast forward to the quarter-final of the last major of the season. Fast forward even further to
Fire
Game
it
7.
across the box. Here it is again. Gyro!
8 months of competition came down to the next 5 minutes. Whoever held their nerve here would bank enough points to make the RLCS X North American Championship at the expense of the other.
As Illusion to the floor.
In this moment, Gyro, AJ, and Illusion proved what we as Rocket League esports fans all already knew, that FaZe Clan made the right call when picking up the Peeps. And now they've made it this far, they are not settling for 6th.
It's just honestly, Wave, so phenomenal how we had this whole season and it came down to that Rebellion versus FaZe.
It is
match
crazy that it came down
get
to
in,
one
and
game.
FaZe just barely squeaked it out. It's crazy that all the way up to the end.
I mean, you can. I don't know if you
It's
guys
almost
watched
like
Touch yesterday. One thing
the format is unnecessarily long and complicated, and there are way more games than there should be.
The honeymoon phase of joining FaZe here. That he still is like, I still can't believe that this is the org we're on. I want to impress here, and that drive comes through in moments like that where we have to clutch. We have to show that we are worthy of this name here, and they've earned it with an opportunity now to go up against G2.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This is going to be a close matchup.
That was also a bit of the problem, I think, too. Achieves initially that he was a little worried.
This is going to be. Oh, shoot. Like I did not know that that's where Gyro was from. I completely forgot that country.
Yeah, Drees looked great.
I remember it. I swear.
Final game against NRG, but G2 should be feeling confident coming in here against FaZe Clan. Yeah,
I swear, I remember that country.
G2
Let me just
held a lot of pressure over FaZe Clan. Going back and looking at the tape, G2 had such good challenge game on that FaZe half, and they really managed to keep them locked in pretty effectively throughout the majority.
Shit,
of
was
that
the red out?
so FaZe are gonna want to
oh god, I'm just another stupid American.
Like, it doesn't even
honestly, I think FaZe is gonna win.
They just need to be able to get the ball
honestly.
out of their own half so they can approach the next challenge from a better position if they want to find some success here.
Well, guys, it's now time for the Verizon fan vote. Get your votes in the chat here.
Honestly,
I think I know which way it likely is going to go. A lot of G2 Army out there, I think, already. But FaZe, a lot of confidence behind these guys, what they got, what they've been showing us recently. So get your votes out there. We'll tally those up and get to them in a second here. Now, I want to know what you guys are thinking about this one.
I should give my rationale, shouldn't I? All right.
Get to see Gibbs's,
FaZe has been on the up and up. They've been really, really good since FaZe picked them up. They've been looking really good. They've been looking really confident. I know that in the eyes of the FaZe Clan players, the big thing was making that top 6. Because making that top 6 means they get like big money, because like the top 6 rosters, like having a top 6 roster in Rocket League is expensive if you pay them.
Fair enough.
They're losing, yeah. Jeez.
I picked. I like G2. Their only real downfall when they played.
No, Achieves. You're Achieves. No, you're normally the smart one. Can you not detect momentum?
Scenario. Other than that, G2 looked pretty solid. So I like that they can do it. And I think Drees will have even had more time to improve and will look even more solid. So I like G2 here.
I'm with Gibbs on this desk the entire week, so I have to make him like me. I'm going down with the ship if it's going down. So G2 is my pick on this one.
Wavepunk's the only one who's going to get it right. I have confidence that FaZe is going to win this match. The reason, there is a good reason behind it. It's that FaZe is on the up and up. And because now they've made top 6, there's a lot of pressure that's been taken off them. Everything now for FaZe Clan is just, I mean, they're still going to take it seriously, but there's no pressure to win in this situation. There's no pressure to win. FaZe has already been satisfied at this point. They're already going to keep their roster like well into the next season. I'm pretty sure that FaZe Clan at this point in time, they're just looking to have some fun. Meanwhile, G2, they are kinda. Oh shit! All right.
There's actually 2 reasons I did want FaZe to qualify. One is I'm actually kind of friends with Illusion and Gyro. I like them, so I did want them to make it in that aspect. Also, I think the other reason is just I'm more confident playing against them. I think our record versus Shopify is a little bit spottier.
I was kind of expecting him to say that. He doesn't want to let us know that he is kind of scared of us, because we have like a even matchup against them. We go 50-50 every time, so it should be an interesting match, but I think we're going to beat them this time when it matters most.
When I went to Wikipedia and checked the head-to-head, so right now we're 11-5 against them and 3-0 since they've joined FaZe. So I don't know if it's really as close as they think it is.
Well, you know, there's two sides to G2, right? G2 only plays good when they pick up someone new because it's a honeymoon, having fun type of phase.
Oh.
No pun intended.
Oh.
It has been a long season.
Also, I like that they have 3 casters on the desk, or casting game now. It always felt like there should always be like 2 analysts, because like, low-key, being the analyst is the hardest job when you're casting.
Absolutely.
Take it from an up-and-coming caster. Being an analyst is hard as shit. You have to like know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why I prefer play-by-play, because then I can just like, you know, call things as they happen.
And like you said, Dazzer, and this
But oh, that's a good shot. Good save as well.
Anything can live up to that one. But, you know,
this series, I'm gonna predict, is gonna go all the way. FaZe Clan scores in some spectacular fashion at like 0 seconds to win it all. That's my prediction. We'll see if I'm right.
Heading towards net, you see AJ having to tap that off to the side, picking up full boost.
Already, I'm starting to see fairly even possession control between these two teams.
We're seeing possession swap back and forth.
I called it. But yeah, possession is just swapping back and forth. That demo is going to change that though. Now G2 will enjoy some continued pressure until they aren't. And what the fuck was that, Gyro? Oh. Oh, that was close.
And you saw that little touch, Subi.
That was a close one, and you know,
that was
how
close.
Fitting is it that
that was actually a good touch from Illusion
in the regional championships when they were both battling at one time for that 6th seed, and you know, we all know
both these teams look very even right now. Oh, that's a good pass.
Talked about it, how FaZe has yet
well
to
responded
beat
to.
The last time that they've taken G2 down was when they were the Peeps. So what a time to come out and really prove a statement here during the championship week.
FaZe battle tested.
Oh.
That
was that was a weird, but I guess it worked. Oh, the bump. We'll get that air dribble a few extra seconds. Oh, that was a good interception by Illusion, and AJ just had so much respect for Drees' touch there. Did not think Drees would whip that. I mean, I don't blame AJ there. He did the right thing, just right thing didn't have the right results in that specific situation. FaZe is getting some chances, but no one's in the right position to execute. Oh, that's a good flip reset, and everyone had to dive at that ball. Illusion, are you okay?
Decent offensive drives. You know, usually
that was so smart from Illusion. That was very smart from Illusion.
Because JNAPs in Chicago have been lights out.
That was a good challenge as well.
And take those games. JNAPs in Chicago sharing the lead right now in scoring.
More than halfway through, no score yet.
And then you look at assists, tied as well.
I mean, like,
and they're up there near the top. So Chicago and JNAPs, the dynamic duo.
These two teams are very evenly matched. You can see that already in game 1. I mean, I'm kind of repeating myself here. Both teams are kind of getting chances, but they're either getting shut down, like that one, or they're just getting... Oh, that was so close. And there's another one incoming. Oh, what a save! Oh, but the follow-up sneaks by him.
He's got 12 boost. Still goes for the infield pass to JNAPs, who gets bodied on the shot. Chicago, it was an 18-mile-an-hour.
That's kind of lucky.
It's the placement that's important.
But it was good placement.
So confident he had a clear there. Didn't see Chicago land right on top of the ball. Almost looking like they're going to pick up a kickoff goal, but AJ is there in time and does get a solid clear.
Alright, let's see if G2 can keep FaZe at bay. That is a good demo. But the touch will nullify it. Okay, looks like a bit of a miscommunication there between Gyro and Illusion.
And it's true. Yeah, I mean, just look at the shots. Subi, 9 shots already for G2 to just 2, and then you see that ball bouncing over Illusion's head.
9 shots for G2.
Even there,
G2 have dominated possession. It started out even, but now we're starting to see G2 really dominate that possession. FaZe Clan is only getting brief looks at their side of the field, but G2 is keeping the ball. Like, look at Illusion here. Illusion can't do anything. They're on 0 boost.
Yeah, Rizzo was a monster for G2. You know, not only just for the demos, but pure aggression. He was constantly in the opponent's half looking for demos and looking for boosts. He was third in all of North America for demos inflicted on his opponents, and then second for boost stolen. So Drees, he's got a lot of work to put in because he's down in the 50s
that
and
could
30s.
be Gyro will equalize with 11 seconds left. When I saw AJ get the split reset and I saw like it bounce, did AJ get a small bump on J-Naps? I think AJ got a small bump on J-Naps. That's actually very good. Very good play from AJ. And now it's anyone's game. This is a chance. Oh, what a save. That's a good save. And now Chicago. And it's overtime. Wow.
This is great.
This is just game 1, and I feel like this is going to be a perfect representation of the entire series.
There it is! Drees with the game 1 victory's goal.
Oh, and just look at his face on this one. Pure composure as he sends in the OT.
Why does he look constipated?
Everyone was wondering, does
Drees looks constipated.
to get G2 to the finish line? Well, I think we're getting a glimpse of that here.
And what a difficult spot Drees is walking into. We've seen that throughout the history of the RLCS, whether it be Over Zero back in Season 1 or Turbo Pulsar back in Season 3, where you have these people who are not supposed to be playing.
That's true. Is Drees going to be the super sub that this team needs?
And Drees is doing just that. You know, when we first saw him, I wasn't that impressed with Drees. I thought, you know, he was...
These two teams are very even. I expect these two games to just kind of be back and forth, just back and forth, just like that.
And that was a massive way to start out this set.
They're going to need to keep up that pace over the course of time.
It is very important to get the momentum and get it early. Especially in such a long series, it's so important to just have a good start.
You know, and I really think that when
of course, the longer the series, the more time people have to like, or teams have to like,
also, he didn't want to come in
get
and try and shake up
back in it.
because they've been so
but if you could
for
just
so
start
long,
out
so he's
early
just
in
trying
every
to figure
series
out
of the set,
how to
you
plug
should
and
be
play,
fine.
and now it's looking like he is a perfect addition to this G2 roster.
It makes you wonder if G2
Oh, this could be interesting.
Will he be able to run
unlucky.
with a
Gyro could have scored there.
This week, he might be able to.
Maybe.
Many eyes going to be on Drees. Lots of pressure.
Speaking of Drees,
going for the 50.
And getting a chain.
Stop there.
Whoops. Oh, Gyro's got space now. Fake it. Right play. Drees didn't fall for it.
Meanwhile, we're seeing these carries from FaZe. You look at them go into the air, and you know something's bound to happen. And that's why you're seeing G2 get up as fast as they are. If Gyro starts,
that's just exactly right.
By Drees, because G2 know they cannot.
That could have been interesting. Denied by Drees.
And Daz,
He then gets bumped into the clear.
Because I really feel like FaZe could benefit from the Gyro of old, the aggressive Gyro that we knew and loved from Peeps when he was teamed up with Reddles and he was teamed up with, you know, all the great players that he's been with. But it seems like ever since AJ joined this squad, he's really kind of pulled the reins back.
I can see that because it's definitely a different style of play. But for me, it's like you see AJ, you see
oh,
and we can
what happened there?
Chicago, look at this shot.
Drees You have to give him credit.
I guess just caught out positioning issue.
Even thinking back to the Chicago pass to JNAPS in the middle, very similar situation. And G2 is one of those teams that is not afraid to be.
I choked on.
Close on their teammates'
I
tail.
choked on my drink.
And in the corner, G2 has been dominant.
I'm dying.
Will fake the shot.
Oh, that was almost big brain.
Crossbar. Chicago could have had the second.
Oh no, Chicago hitting the crossbar.
They're already happening.
He's got to block teammates now for a month. You got to be able to hit those shots. They're up by 1 right now, but you don't want to stop that trend.
Was that on first touch where he said that if I hit the crossbar that I'm not going to be following you teammates?
Oh, what the heck? Was that an own goal? Wait, was that a bump? Wait, what happened here?
Own goal gonna be tough. You see Illusion fighting through, then gets the demo. Gyro knows all he's got.
Oh, Illusion bumped into the own goal.
And so this is a tough situation for G2. They just come
That's a we'll take that. FaZe will take that every day of the week. That's a good touch. Gyro's there. AJ blocked.
Man, you can see they got almost a second wind as well. That was a great pass play right off the kickoff between Gyro and AJ. Defense from G2.
Oh, that's a good block.
Oh. And you also see the pressure affecting
AJ side flipped. Oh, that sucks. That's a feels bad.
And this is only the first series, and this is only the second game.
JNAPS looking for Drees. Drees will play it downfield, low boost. Gyro, see that savvy little pop
pass
over Drees.
Oh, the bump attempt was there.
The attack gets the double. Drees, low on
oh, that was a good 50. That's a good pass, and the net is wide open for Gyro. 2-1 FaZe. That was a good. Look at this recovery from Illusion. That's great. That's a world class effort from Illusion to get the pass over to Gyro, and Gyro, of course, with the finish.
And get that pass back towards midfield. FaZe Clan looking so superb on offense. They're just having a tough time breaking out of their defensive half due to all those shots we're seeing from G2. And now you know why
Subi's
they're
right.
in North America for shots on target.
Oh, this is so dangerous. This is still dangerous. It's still dangerous. AJ's gonna flip reset. That's a good flip reset. Unfortunately, none of his teammates were really ready for it. That was a butt clenching moment. Oh my god! Oh, Gyro! Oh my! Oh, the musty flick! Oh my! Off the wall, musty flick. Anger in there.
That's gonna be on the replay package.
That is definitely a highlight reel shot.
You see, Drees bamboozled by that shot. Was not expecting that much power.
Now it's 3-1. Very much in favor of FaZe Clan. Oh, no way. If AJ did that, I would have lost my shit.
Those are going towards the backboard. It's tough to be precise on those shots, but that was
now 30 seconds, plenty of time for G2 to get 2 goals to grab the equalizer, especially if they can keep the ball in FaZe's half. But with that clear, that would make things significantly harder, especially if the 50 goes through, and it does. This is going to be game unless Drees can score right there, but no, that's going to be, yeah, that's good, that's it. That's game. GG's.
Unless that goes in, and almost good pass there in the box, but FaZe Clan
GG's.
tie this series up, and I've got to be honest, they looked unstoppable here in game number 2.
And for me,
Gyro flashing the G Fuel at the camera.
Was Gyro. Gyro in that situation where, you know, FaZe is looking to get back in the lead. And Gyro baiting in Drees, kickstarting that attack, scoring, then hitting that musty flick.
That was
this
nuts.
Was a heck of a game from Gyro. One of those performances where we might point back to and say, this is when FaZe caught fire. If they can keep playing like this. But the question is, can Gyro sustain this level of play, Daz?
That is true. Now it's a matter of consistency. We've seen both of these teams kind of have pop-off moments like that from Gyro. That is beautiful. Also, that musty flick is so important. That is an energizer. Now, I have never done anything really professionally, but I have played in a couple tournaments. Let me tell you, if you hit a clip during a competitive tournament, it is such a big energizer for your team. It is such a big, like, let's go moment.
It's exactly what we're seeing.
It's
all the players
so important, and it can be such a big impact on the series. Of course, it's important to stay calm, but now everyone is going to have more confidence, and we're already seeing that. Offensive pressure from FaZe in the early stages of this game almost goes through. AJ on the carry.
Getting away with one.
JNaps, oh, that's a good pass.
Chicago to the corner. Now FaZe gearing up for the assault. JNaps, the pinch is going to be tough for Drees.
Oh, that's good from Drees.
Gyro will collect it, but Chicago with
the feels backflipped.
is going to relieve a lot of pressure. Now AJ with
this
the
is a crucial 50 here.
up in time.
If that 50 went differently, it could have gone either way.
Putting on all the pressure, but the pendulum has swung back.
That's how 50s work, dipshit.
Yeah, a lot of confidence here
Oh shit.
I think they also are starting to point out that Drees
scam likely. Hang the fuck up, bitch.
You know, Drees put on, he had a lot of space. He was in 1v1 between, I think, him and Gyro. He just completely threw possession of the ball away.
Oh, that
FaZe are gonna pay attention to.
was almost disastrous for FaZe. Still can be. Gyro will finally get the clear. We'll see if FaZe Clan can mount an a successful offensive here. So far, G2's been dominating the offense this game. FaZe having a tough time mounting anything. FaZe will just boom it downfield.
Chicago clearing it right to JNaps, who puts it back to Chicago, and JNaps got another touch on it.
Oh, that's disastrous.
Chicago.
AJ will actually make it work. Illusion will have to chase it down. Unable to put it center. Chicago now will drive this ball into the corner. AJ will clear. Drees will stop it at the midfield. Illusion over to AJ. Over to Gyro. Misses, but the clear is still there. Chicago will take possession in his own corner. Illusion will put it back into the corner. The ball's just in the corner. That's all I have to say about what's happening right now. Illusion trying to pass to AJ, won't be able to. Chicago over to JNaps. Good stop by Illusion on the backboard. Chicago will be... never mind. That was almost disastrous for FaZe Clan. Right now, G2 is just looking like the better team. Drees will back pass over to JNaps, who passes it in turn back to Drees, but it wasn't a pass. That was slightly confusing. Almost nutty.
Booms it down. Gyro hard over to Illusion.
Oh, a good bump. Doomsy dish. Oh, I would have been so happy if we saw a Doomsy dish in RLCS.
That's where FaZe has been successful. Is G2, you guys called it out. Their passing plays haven't been here because they've just been so pressured. They've been constantly harassed.
Oh, this is it.
Zone, and the pass can't get through, but it's still open up for Chicago. But Gyro gonna turn
dead
away.
Ball, dead ball, dead. Wow.
Boost meter. All three members of FaZe very low on boost, and AJ just got some.
And what a scrum that was, Chicago.
I'm surprised it's still 0-0.
G2.
I'm genuinely surprised that this game is still 0-all.
Chicago there trying to battle through that.
Oh. That was a good sequence. Even better defense.
Desperately trying to get out here, but G2 had so much control on that offensive drive. I think this one, with this push from AJ, he's finally going to be able to buy the team enough time to actually refill. That was definitely a close chance and one of G2's best opportunities to score so far this game.
tip out from Drees, a foot race between
Don't go up, Illusion. Oh, this is dangerous. Ooh, that was dangerous. Extremely dangerous. It's still dangerous. AJ will clear. Will anyone be in the midfield to stop it? Yes, Chicago will be. That looked like Chicago's best chance. Oh, never mind. This is final 10. All right, we're going to OT now. Yep. 0-0 OT. Place your bets. How long is it gonna last? I'm gonna say there's a kickoff goal.
We've had 2 so far this series alone. And you gotta wonder the toll is starting to take.
And I'm wrong. What else is new, eh? Oh. I mean, so far this whole overtime it's all been G2 for the first 20 seconds.
The momentum has been swinging left and right between these 2 teams, but where is it going to end up after this OT?
Yeah, it's tough to really tell who's on top.
Now FaceCon will finally see the other side of the field.
Those opportunities where they've looked
and they will not see it for long.
Testing the defenses, but both defenses holding up.
G2's touches just look better. When a G2 player gets a touch, it just works out better for them. Finally, a good clear comes out.
And it is a battle, Subi. You can see all the bumps in the air.
This is a battle.
It's a war zone out there.
It's not nearly as scrap. Oh, that's in.
Yes! JNAP's ending it here in OT. But check out this pass.
You could tell it was in the minute you saw how everything was going on.
Making the most of it. You saw the errant touch from AJ. He was trying to get the ball away from Chicago.
What I think this series was going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Man, that is just
not just this series, this whole set is going to be back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth.
There was no better shooter.
Keep in mind, this is only Series 1.
Last few months, JNAPS has elevated to that level again, in my opinion. He has been lights out on the shooting, and not only taking difficult shots, but in high-pressure situations, and he comes through for G2.
He's been there when they need him to be. When you have someone who can shoot like that in JNAPS, feeding him the ball is never a bad idea. And for JNAPS, he had 6 shots this game. He's still
it was a good shot, certainly.
Gets those lanes in. And for FaZe,
Knapsack is real.
It's tough. There's so many threats, especially G2. You got Chicago and JNAPS, the dynamic duo that you expect to be putting on all the offense. But Drees, he is just getting better and better. Every series, it seems like he's improving, Subi.
Well, I mean, right now, the biggest spotlight is on Drees because there's so many question marks surrounding him, and we've all been talking about it. What is he going to do? What is he going to bring? And right now, both overtimes, it's been because of him that G2 has won. He got the game 1 goal, and then here
absolutely
in game 3,
correct.
He got that pass downfield. So, in my opinion, he is overperforming right now, and G2 need to just ride this wave of momentum that they've got building.
And you talk about a wave of momentum. That last game in overtime, whoever won it was going to be put on match point for this first match. G2 and FaZe.
Let's see, match point, can FaZe clutch up? And then, more importantly, clutch up and then clutch up again.
Now G2 could close out.
We'll see, we'll see.
You know, I gotta say,
that's a good
as
sequence.
Well, while there's a little break, this new overlay just brings a whole refreshing vibe to the broadcast.
Refreshing vibe to the broadcast.
And now we're watching chess, getting to see all these boost meters, and just getting to see everything.
I do agree that the new overlay is better.
It is. I mean, it really
because you can see the boost overlays. Oh, that was close.
Right now, FaZe so low on boost here, but this clear from AJ is going to be
yeah,
great.
if you look
now,
at the boost, it basically tells the story.
G2 could have completely used that to their advantage, started playing the ball in the air a lot more. And
oh, that was a good touch from JNAPS. Just a bit off target.
Where those boost meters are, I mean, that's something even the players are a little bit jealous of.
For sure.
Information. That is the most key piece with that boost. And sometimes, you know, you see players who can fake like they have it, position like they have it, and try to just gain that.
So far, G2 look like they're outsmarting FaZe. Or outplaying. Just in general, outplaying FaZe.
Right now, G2.
Except for that weird touch middle, like, though I guess JNaps realized that no one was really in a threatening position. Good fake from Illusion. Now in a one-on-one position! AJ with the harassment. And that is one area where FaZe definitely has the advantage. The 1v1 play in general, as well as those 1v2 situations. They know what to do in those situations. And FaZe Clan gets the first goal. I think that's the first time FaZe has gotten the first goal in this series. I think in all games, it's been G2 that scores first. We'll see if this will be the momentum booster that FaZe needs, as that almost went in.
AJ has the time to get up to get that bump on JNaps.
Like you said, it seems like it's a chess game out there, Subi.
It does seem like it's a chess game, but if chess was more chaotic.
Now Drees back to the middle, trying to make FaZe struggle. Use up boost. You see a double commit there, not the hardest hit. Drees looking for JNaps. JNaps now off the wall. We'll tap it down. Chicago with time. He's got JNaps to his right, goes hard off the backboard, bounces out to JNaps.
What the hell was that?
The equalizer comes through. Chicago with time, you said it. That's a dangerous.
First of all, the only reason this is a goal is because Illusion whips. Also, I do believe that Chicago should have taken his time and just JNaps read it. Watching high-level Rocket League is so intense. Everyone's so good.
Gotta keep track. We need a counter. We need a counter.
It's like chaotic chess. Yeah, that's how this series has gone. It's how Rocket League goes. It's a chaotic chess match where luck plays a very minimal factor, and skill is the most important thing. I had a brain fart there. Oh, that's in. Never mind. Oh, that one's back. Is it in? No. What are you doing, AJ? I think AJ was really just trying to recover that. Maybe turn it into something, but that could never be recovered.
AJ over to Gyro. You can see how quick Drees is up. Went for the drop down pass, but JNaps too far away. Now JNaps will have a chance to pass it over to Drees, who puts it down to Chicago.
Oh, what a shot.
Corner, a 1-2-3 play for G2.
I can't believe it. They pull it off. I'm at a loss for words.
That was
what in the world? G2
that was very good.
Play. A minute left. They're on match point here in Series 1, and yet you still just cannot count them out at anything. I mean, this is just incredible from what we're seeing from them.
That was a, yeah.
Really can't draw a better play than that. That pass from JNaps, I was thinking, oh wow, that's a great job getting that ball cleared, and then I saw that hit.
See if FaZe Clan can come back.
Chicago's cheating up. Beauty of a play from G2 Esports, especially during a tie game. All three members were pushed forward on that.
And that was a lovely pass.
That could have been disastrous.
Under 30 seconds to go.
It should have been disastrous, in fact.
Drees. Backboard pass. Ball leaking out to the middle. Chicago trying to control it, going for the 50. Ball stuck in the FaZe corner. Time running out.
Yeah, that's GG's. Series 1 goes to G2.
Pop it up for Gyro. Gyro fakes it, but he can't get control of the ball, and G2.
That was big brain, but couldn't By the way, look at AJ. Man's facial expression never changes.
In the game 1 OT score to what we saw in that game, this game 4, where you see the 1-2-3 pass play come out. G2 played their game, and we saw FaZe also come back there with some moments, but it's just unbelievable to see. You know, these guys are here. They are here for championships.
And really, I was greatly impressed with Drees. You saw him facilitating those key moments, but the question always...
The set is a best of 3, by the way.
Will their shooting be on point? Because we've seen them be able to generate the passing opportunities, but sometimes the shots aren't as accurate as they need to be. But in this series so far, JNAP, Chicago, Drees, they've all had big shots that have helped G2 get this first series. So a great start, Subi, for G2.
No, I agree, and I think they were so successful because we got to see it with the new overlay like we were talking about, but how well they did of boxing in FaZe and stealing away all of that boost. You could consistently look at FaZe on defense and see all of them below 50, so I think for the next set, FaZe really have to focus on that and focus on how they can really manage their boost better.
So G2 take this first series. FaZe will have to answer back or their season ends. We'll have the second series of this set coming up after the break.
Well, I think FaZe will do it. Mainly because my prediction would be wrong otherwise, and we can't have that, can we?
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded
Right.
network.
Fuck you, Verizon. Alright, what should I do in this meantime? Fuck. Alright. While we're waiting, let's boot up Rocket League, because that seems like an appropriate thing to do. Ah, fuck, my controller's in the other room. Alright, one sec. Alright, I'm back. By the way, doesn't this decal look sick? Like, it looks so good. Here, let's get the music up a little bit. Here, since we're on the theme of esports, here, what team do we want? Unfortunately, we can't do the FaZe decal. That'd be the most appropriate. Solar Space Station Gaming. Who do I want to win the championship? That's a good question. Oh wait. Boom. Wait, don't I already have this set up? Yeah, here. Pop. Alright, let's see. Ads over? Nope. Right now I'm just kind of vibing. Here, let me see if I can like do a wall musty. Cause that low-key seems like a very good skill to learn. Mainly cause like just being able to get like that much power from the wall. It's like super helpful. Like a lot of situations. The ball has to be pretty far away from your car though, so taking more of an angle like this would help. Maybe. I wonder if the veteran experience of like G2 is gonna matter. Cause like FaZe isn't that experienced, but like JNaps and Chicago are very experienced. Dree's obviously the rookie, but at the same time I don't think anyone's really under pressure. Like the caster's like, oh, this is the most pressure they've been under. I don't think anyone really cares. Maybe Dree's cares. But like, I don't think Gyro, Illusion, or AJ really care that much. Because it's not a LAN. It's not an international LAN. Like the one Gyro won. Like that was insane. For like an unknown team to just come in, completely change the meta by winning DreamHack. That was a historic moment. And people thought that this team was going to be the next Muffin Men. Or like the next Cloud9-esque story. Of course it didn't end up happening. But yeah. Alright.
As G2 and FaZe will continue duking it out, let's take a deeper dive and see G2's road to the championships.
Good timing.
Season X has been exhausting for each and every team, but G2 Esports in particular were legends before it even began. Going into Season X, however, these hardened vets were seemingly past their glory days. Despite semis at the first major, Rizzo, JNaps and Chicago's old school tricks weren't quite up to scratch, with the winter major an all-time low.
G2 are falling apart before our very eyes.
At the decrepit age of 24, Spring's first regional was Captain Rizzo's final farewell, where a top 4 finish was his pressure-free swan song. Time for some
That
new
was
blood.
great. I remember that. That was great.
Geriatric G2 had reinvented themselves as proud members of the Prodigy Club. Aged just 15, Dries didn't succumb to the strain. He applied it.
Abusive here in the blue.
G2 looked alive for the first time in months. Their first event together saw them fall just short of top 2, and while Regional 3 showed growing pains, they quickly made up for it in the major.
Dries gonna power that once the bottom corner. Have G2 done enough?
This is starting to get a little bit overwhelming for FaZe.
Resuscitated, revised, refreshed, and really very good. This version of G2
And really
may
very
once
good.
more bring their long-suffering fans something to shout about.
Really, very much greatly good. They are
amazed.
You know, now that I think about it, I'm a stupid
That
bitch.
was the decrepit old age.
Well, let's speak on G2 here real quick. These guys are the North America champs in Season 9, and they fell down hard. But in spring, finally, at the major, they make a finals. They've only made one finals all year, and they came at the last tournament. So it's a good sign for them right now that they're moving forward, but they still have FaZe in front of them. It's not over yet.
Yeah, no, that's true. This is it's not done. They still have more to move forward, but there's also a possibility that this journey in the championships does end soon. Let's see what chat is thinking here, because they're getting a bit better at this. So get the Verizon fan votes going on right now. You got
Well,
4-2.
I'm not gonna be a bitch and change my prediction, even though now I realize how horribly wrong it is.
So
I must stick to my prediction, even if it means I look like a stupid cunt.
Work on it. G2 or FaZe, who's taking this next
You have to
series
respect
in
me
this
for it.
set? Are we going to end up going to
A lot of bitches
another
just change
series
prediction.
after this one, or will it be
Not me, I'm not a
completed? G2
bitch.
Takes it. Now it's time to look at the desk and see, and I'll give the lone, I almost call you a loner, the one by themselves there that was voted on FaZe, if they want to flip-flop. So Wave, what are you thinking here?
Do I want to pull the Johnny Boy, as it will become known through the ages and annals of history? No, of course not. Okay.
Yeah, let's go, Wave Punk.
We're gonna go to a third series.
We'll be wrong together. Let's go.
Third series in a set. I know.
In the set. We're still in the first.
All right.
Yeah, we'll be going to the third series. I think we're going to the third series. I think Gibbs brought it up that like none of the effectiveness from FaZe was AJ. AJ has been grinding this game in preparation for this event more than any player maybe in the region. I think AJ is gonna find it here in the second series.
Let's see if AJ steps up.
Is if they lose the first series and then I switch now to FaZe, which I will not.
He's a genius.
I will not.
The game's about ready, but Achieves quickly. I want to know: are you gonna? Your head's clear now. You got your.
Hey,
mug.
look at those bitches switching.
Are you flipping?
I was right without the mug. I'm gonna be right with it. Still G2.
All right. Here it is. And chat getting more confident too. Jumped up from we were in the 60s before to almost 80% now. Excuse me, in favor of G2. So. I'm sure they're liking that. G2 for sure, but FaZe definitely wants to come into this one.
Also,
wrong, so
I'm very interested in this Sandrock Gaming versus MT show match that's gonna happen. That sounds lit.
That first set in 4 after we saw some really incredible highlight plays on both sides of the field. The question is, though, gentlemen, do FaZe have what it takes to bounce back?
Yeah, that's really the big question, because we saw glimmers of it and glimpses of greatness, but it's gonna really focus on the team plays from FaZe, because we saw a lot of individuality, but not a lot of team passing plays outside of the Illusion pass off that side wall. So I want to see them really come together as a unit.
Let's see here. All right, caster mode activated. JNaps will pass it over to Gyro. Just like the most annoying caster ever, just roasts everyone. Oh, that's a good infield passing play off target.
We're going to see if FaZe have what it takes to force that third series. I agree. We saw Gyro stepping up mostly here, and we kind of expected to see something from Illusion and AJ, but not.
All right, let's see here.
Much have that actually happened. As we ended up seeing G2 really just start to battle back. It's a lot of
Come on, FaZe Clan, prove everyone wrong, and more importantly, prove me right. I believe.
But it's going to be AJ.
I believe.
In Chicago. This could open up some space. Gyro tries to get a flick, but look how fast Drees is to the ball.
Oh, what the hell? Oh.
The shot's low, but Chicago's there. Can AJ wrap around it in time? No. Drees will knock it away.
As soon as Gyros was off target, I was like, well, that's it.
Every single spot on that net, and G2 just had the entire thing covered up. Great defensive stance there from G2.
You know, honestly,
oh, this could be dangerous.
Like a crossbar amateur.
Still could be dangerous. Crossbar amateur.
Saw the effort from Gyro.
Interesting call.
He flicked it, left his possession. He got it right back.
Oh, nope.
Oh my goodness! Now you're starting to see FaZe just completely turn things around, but Gyro is left alone in his own back end. AJ hunting for Drees, but JNaps, you know, you got to get past him first. Usually you don't see JNaps in the first man, but he is going to actually go back here, try to see if Chicago can play this one forward. It gets beat out, and Illusion picks up the second demo. That one, is it in? No, it's off target.
No one on FaZe is in position. You got the opportunities. Just be there.
They're setting up these lanes, but when it comes down to the final shot, it's just not there yet.
Yeah, and the first 2 minutes.
Oh, nope.
Make it 0 for
Nope.
7.
Nope.
After that one, they just cannot find
0
their
for
mark.
7,
a little left,
Jesus.
A little right, and a little too high, but everything but down the middle for FaZe Clan.
Halfway through the game now, the offense has just been mostly in favor of FaZe. Like Subi said, 0 for 7.
I think it's only a matter of time before FaZe scores.
And
I do believe FaZe will score first.
In the offensive front, but first they got to weather the storm that is FaZe.
They have one shot, Daz. G2 has one shot in this game.
G2 clearly being outshot then. Only one shot so far. Well, FaZe has like 6 or 7 at this point. 7 or 8. That's like 9 or something. Oh no.
Might be finding themselves down, and they do. JNaps, a lovely
That's
shot
tilting.
DC has a touch out, and JNaps picks it up. Pretty much an open
You
net.
can't be doing that, Gyro. You can't center it for the other team.
As we're in the bottom half of game 1, they've already taken a set here on FaZe. They want to continue to keep things up here. FaZe trying to find a way in, but right now G2. Oh my goodness, that whiff from Chicago.
They're discombobulated right now, and I don't mean the old EU team before the rival series was out, but yeah, their rotations, the spacing is off for FaZe Clan, and they cannot get that follow-up shot when looks like G2 is starting to part the road on the goal line. It's just FaZe Clan cannot muster the strength to get a shot on target.
Yeah, but also you have to give credit to Drees. Even on that last goal, you saw him not giving up on the play, and he actually tipped that ball, and that's how it found its way out to JNaps. It messed up whoever was making that clear attempt. And Drees, that might be my favorite aspect about his game, is you can just see the way he plays.
Oh my god.
Still doesn't go in. Oh, FaZe.
Oh, AJ, you can't miss those. That
GG's.
on a platter for him. And that's going to go the other
GG's.
way. Are going to be able to clear it in space.
That's
I don't know
game.
How much more pressure FaZe have in them. But we talk about that second man in the rotation, how that's one of the harder, if not hardest, roles to play in Rocket League. Having to follow up, having to put that shot on. And we see why it's so tough even there for AJ. You'd think that he has a goal there. But alas, there's still a 1-goal lead for G2. Final 15 seconds. AJ with the flip reset. Gyro
yeah,
to get
no, there's
Chicago.
nothing.
Chicago gets the save. Illusion trying to keep this in. They need something here on this drive. Here's Gyro.
There's nothing unless AJ can get it on target here. Nope. G2's gonna kill it.
Chicago stays on it. Alusha keeps this one up. Tries to see if he can keep the play going with that dive.
Oh,
but the dunk from Drees. And here we go. Can Gyro hold this one? Chicago's looking for the kill. AJ keeps it up. But
and there it is.
Fall there. And G2, yes, will take game number 1.
That's so frustrating.
I cannot believe the amount of shots that FaZe Clan had on target.
And none of them hit.
This matchup, and let's just highlight
12
AJ,
and none of them hit.
For 7, and you gotta think this is a different story if he hits just one of those. But he had 3 open targets, open good looks that we're so used to seeing him hit.
And that last shot, that's a heartbreaker. If you're a FaZe fan, if you're an AJ fan, even if you're just a Rocket League fan, we want another overtime. And so to see AJ miss that shot, that's going to be really difficult for him to overcome, especially when he was the player we were pointing out, saying that he needs to step up to help get FaZe Clan over this hump. But you see this game, and it's tough not to write FaZe off at this point. G2, every moment in the last series that was high pressure, they were the team that came out on top. They were the team that pulled through. And then you see AJ in this high pressure situation where he needs to tie it up. He comes up short. So this is not looking good for FaZe Clan.
X2 had 12 shots that last game, but also 7 demos from FaZe.
7 demos.
No way you can say that
FaZe needs to start early. They cannot afford a low-scoring game. They need to start out early, and that's not what they wanted.
With the first goal.
Drees gets the bump. Check him out on the goal line. It gets a demo, gets a bump, and it's wide open for JNaps.
Oh, man. Him and Rizzo have the same shoe size because he's fitting right in him. Being a nuisance, getting the demo, getting the bump, making it work. G2 out of the gate hot yet again.
Now, I know last set we didn't really know where the momentum was standing here.
Yeah, I think G2's gonna win that.
It's all G2 right now.
Not changing my prediction because that would be cowardly.
Gets past Chicago, does pick up that corner boost.
Come on, FaZe. Please prove me right.
FaZe looking like sharks hunting for a shot chance. But it will be still a 50 to keep this one into the box. Honestly, a great chance because there was a double commit by G2, but AJ still on top of the ball. It's only been a minute in this game. It feels like it's much longer than that, as these teams have been battling.
Drees.
As close as much momentum as G2 have had, there's still all these other factors to take into account. The fact that last game was a 1-goal game. The fact that FaZe had all that offensive pressure. And even then, it's still something. It's just
whoever's FaZe's coaches, or like if FaZe have someone in the call with them, you just gotta tell them, we had so much offensive pressure in the last game, we need to keep that up, and the only thing we need to change is we just need to put those shots on target.
All of those shots is just disparaging after doing it for so long.
Honestly, the old way that Scrub Killer used to play is like the meta, kinda. Or like the best way to play. Just put it on target. Just make him use boost and put it on target, on target, on target. Eventually one is bound to go in.
Because they have been all over FaZe, but we've seen this
that one was almost in.
Turn on a dime, and that big save gonna keep G2's lead alive.
That shot came off of Illusion, and when you see Illusion on the ball, I mean, especially in terms of the shooting department.
Oh, it's wide open. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? FaZe, please score a goal for the love of God.
Strength to have that go in the back of the net. G2, luck is on their side.
Oh my God.
You know, FaZe
how?
Right now after that one. That's for sure.
How?
After that one.
FaZe has got to be so demoralized.
FaZe Clan still trying to get something going here in this game. They've been on a scoring drought, and you can see it starting to take a toll. Can G2 maintain this 1-goal lead as FaZe continue to put on, an active I can't even really describe it. They have all that successful offense. They're able to get the ball right in front of the goal line every single time. But G2,
Are you
they
kidding
still have
me?
the lead.
And, you know, I gotta say, before this series is done, before this set is all done and dusted, I'm converted. I am a full-on believer. It's Drees. He is the truth, and he is what G2 has needed. He's holding down the back line so well. He's getting the demos in. Watch AJ. He has to avoid him here, and it leaves it wide open yet again for Chicago.
And that is such a difficult play to make. If you're the last defender back, you feel for FaZe, Daz.
You do. Chicago has a double. Drees is putting in pressure. Like you said, AJ last.
All right, hold on. I gotta cope up. FaZe can still win.
G2 still are clinical on the offensive drive. These guys are like a monster. The way they are so effective.
Nice cut there on the ball from Chicago, keeping that in the orange box. And Drees cutting rotations, keeping pressure on that ball, keeping G2 alive in the offensive half, and not allowing FaZe Clan a look at the
there's really nothing to do.
Boxing in, FaZe Clan doing a great job, but still, FaZe out a little boost in the tanks as G2 still working their offense, still getting demos, still putting shots on, and getting their third goal here in game number 2.
When G2 look like this, they look unbeatable. JNAP's banger of a shot into the top left section
You
of the
can
goal.
see on the FaZe cameras, they are demoralized right now.
Esports. The infield pass plays, the connections, the man up front going for the demo.
Yeah.
They push these teams to their absolute limits on defense.
And that man up front going for the demo, that's Drees pretty much every single time. Drees having a phenomenal series. And we might see back-to-back shutouts if FaZe can't get one on the board here.
I don't think FaZe is going to score this series.
For G2. I don't think they plan on dropping this one anytime soon. FaZe are going to really have to work in this next one to try to see if they can change the momentum. But this is the worst spot you want to be in, where this one we will end up watching count down. The way we'll see G2 come into
FaZe needs to come out swinging next game. They need to score an early goal. It is absolutely critical that G2 does not score the first goal. If G2 scores the first goal, it's over.
You know, and it's time for FaZe Clan to call that tactical timeout because they need to really figure out what's going on. And with that being said, FaZe Clan taking a tactical timeout. Gonna pull in Loopy to try and figure out what they can do to combat G2.
And it's gonna be really difficult. One thing that you're gonna have to do is account for that demo and bump game that Drees is putting on. But also
AJ's facial expression has changed a little bit.
If you're FaZe is that you have had good looks. You have had open looks. And you've not been able to put them away. And at this stage in the season, you've been playing all year for this opportunity, this chance to make a run, and they are not performing. And that's what has to hurt most. We'll see if FaZe can turn it around, but we're seeing G2 hit these.
What do you think they're talking about?
Play as a team, and FaZe, we can't.
I think they're talking about like just.
You really teed it up in terms
taking a breather.
Like how FaZe has worked so hard to get to this point. I mean, we saw it. We saw how it came down to
over on the G2 side. They're just talking like,
where they play against
all right,
Rebellion. And
we don't need to do anything. Just chill.
Also, to get into this position, it's crazy to note, especially when you think of these two teams in their head-to-heads, how close they've been against each other. And now we see G2 just straight up just dominating the series.
Yeah, and we got look in.
Dominating isn't even the half of it. Dominating is actually not the right word, because FaZe Clan is getting those opportunities. FaZe Clan has now had a shortage of opportunities by any means. It's just they can't put it away. They can't get a goal. They can't score. And if you can't score, you can't win.
That's all we're doing. Just keep doing exactly what you've been in this entire set, because so far it's been all G2 outside of one game that FaZe has had.
And G2, its offense has been so dynamic. And the thing that makes them so deadly is that triple threat with Drees hitting the level of play that he's hitting right now.
Drees just got a demo, then a bump on the third.
That was terrifying for FaZe. FaZe needs to score first. If G2 scores first, it's game over.
I love this. Especially just like hearing Subi with those call-outs and demo bump, like that's how you know G2 are starting to work on this. JNAPS, he had such a quick turn there, but Illusion was able to get the demo, and now that double commit will buy FaZe some time here for the moment. And I say for a moment, as JNAPS was so quick.
G2 is playing with so much confidence. Oh, that's it.
G2 trying to get things working. JNAPS with a missed shot.
G2 picking up right where they left off.
Alright, there's still hope for FaZe.
And we've seen
There's still hope for FaZe.
Now in this series where FaZe has not managed to score. The offensive drought is going to have to be something that FaZe overcomes if they hope.
Yeah, FaZe hasn't scored since the last game of the last series. If FaZe wants to change anything, they need to step up right now, and they need to not give up a goal. Thankfully for FaZe, no goal comes through. Illusion now carrying it downfield, won't find anything. AJ will throw it across the field. JNAPS will field off the ceiling down to Chicago. Got a dribble going. Flicks over one, it's off the backboard. Gyro will clear it into the corner. Chicago will clear it mid. Illusion is there. Can he get the solo play? No, Drees saves it. JNAPS will clear it out. AJ's there to meet it. AJ onto the backboard, down to Illusion. 50 goes deadlock. JNAPS will wisely just wait it out, bait AJ in, and it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. FaZe Clan will go home. G2 will go on. Yeah, there's no way FaZe Clan wins now. Series is over. We might as well just go back into free play. Oh, and now JNAP's getting a bump. Unless it would take a miracle. It would take a miracle, and if that miracle happened, it would be historic. It would be etched into the annals of Rocket League history forever as one of the greatest comebacks of all time.
He is a diamond in the rough. No amount of pressure is too much, and honestly, it feels like he plays better with the more pressure on his back, because right now, regional championships alive and well, and I've never seen Drees play as well as he is here.
The G2 as a whole, we're approaching perfect sweep territory in this second series.
Imagine if FaZe gets perfect swept. I feel like that's just such a... I feel like that's just such a weird thing to say. FaZe gets perfect swept. Because, like, when you think of FaZe, you think of, like, pristine, flashy, just, like, solid teams, and then they get perfect swept, and it's like...
And that's even more difficult. If you're
Rip.
Gyro there and you're on ball cam, you can't really see whether that's going to hit crossbar or not. You just have to go for it if it's close, because you don't want to let a goal in without even going for it. So you see Gyro getting pulled into that, and the crossbar bounce was the death of him.
Yeah, that's it. There's zero chance of FaZe Clan making it back.
In terms of goal scoring, they are running out of time.
You know, Daz, and I really
They need to score now if they want to have even a remote chance, and this needs to not go in. Thankfully for FaZe, it will not go in. Illusion will try his best, but his best is not enough.
Specifically, FaZe Clan, I want to see the amount of communication that's going on, because we're going to get a look into their soul and see if they've given up or if they are just going to keep marching forward till that final second that's left on the clock.
Here we go, final minute. G2 still with all the pressure. FaZe looking for a way out. Honestly, looking for a miracle here.
Right.
It's do or die time. Chicago plays this one up into space. There's Gyro, the shot, but Breeze gets to it. Follow-up chance? No, that's way off target. FaZe are swarming the G2 half, but as they take their time, their moments are running out.
Honestly, just full send at this point.
Gyro starting the drive.
At this point, just full send, play super aggressively, just say fuck it. If we get scored on because we've been too aggressive, I mean, doesn't really matter. Yeah, no, that's it.
Starting off this series on a really good note, but for G2, they came in and it looks like they come into this second series to close it out in the dominating fashion, the most dominating way possible. G2 with the perfect sweep.
It's a breeze for Drees and G2, and it
that was a good call. I'll give him that.
Then a perfect sweep to close out the set. This championship for North America is going to be incredible. You look at the level that G2 is playing at right now, and then if Space Station is playing at their potential, Rogue, NRG, Envy, anyone could win this. Anyone could win this championship. This is gonna be a banger. This is what a way to close out the season.
Stop, you're getting me too excited, man. We have all week to go, and I can't let it just completely go right now. I got to be able to hold it in. G2 is playing incredible, and just based off of that alone makes me so fortunate to be a part of this, because G2 is coming alive and peaking at the most opportune time.
Oh my goodness, this series, I mean, to start this off, I knew Chicago, you know, we talked to him earlier on this week. He definitely said that, you know, G2, they feel like they can make a run. They really do. And we see it there in that head-to-head matchup. I cannot wait to see how far G2 go in championships, but we got to send it back to the desk to get their thoughts on this hit.
Well, our thoughts are thanks G2 for the quick day. You know,
it is very helpful.
Definitely. And
wow.
I don't know. You know what? I feel like Gibbs needs to apologize to Wave because he said that he'd be wrong, and that's why Wave picked FaZe, right?
No. Just before we go any farther down there, I picked FaZe because I thought they were a good Rocket League team, and in my defense, they're pretty good. But holy crap, G2 was like, Wave, you thought for D2. Perfect sweep? Are you kidding me?
I know. We talk about G2 and we're always like, high-powered offense. Their defense can look a little bit odd at times. Well, that hasn't been that way for a little while. And now, with the perfect sweep on FaZe, with AJ, with one of the best offensive players there is in the world, watch out, because G2 is ready to play, and they dominated throughout the series.
Well, they talked about it in the middle of that series, too. That game one, I believe it was Subi's, like, that game one was a momentum killer. He was dead right. I mean, FaZe Clan should have absolutely slaughtered G2 in that game one. You had 7 shots for AJ. None of them find the back. They crushed G2 in that game, and they still managed to lose it 1-0. And then game 2 turned right back around. G2 did exactly what happened in the regional, absolutely locked them out. And then it was just that they were done. The heart was all gone. There's no more. And they just want to go home.
It's not just a momentum killer for that series either. It's also like almost an intimidation factor for the teams that have to go up against G2 next. This is the highest stakes perfect sweep I think has ever happened. We've had perfect sweeps before, but they're always like week 1 with the top team against the bottom team or something like that. You know, like a league play. This is the championships. These are a perfect sweep.
Yeah, it was almost a perfect sweep too. They only dropped 1 game in that overall set there. So like they almost just crushed through. And again, whoever is the team going down from Space Station and Rogue is like, well, first off, they got to focus on that. But eventually they're thinking, oh, G2, either route we go through right now.
Yeah, it's going to be
not easy.
It's not an easy route here. And to talk about that dominating victory, we actually have Jazo on the line. Jazo, coach, G2 joining us. Jazo, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you, Leif. Appreciate being here.
I want to talk to you about how crushing that was coming into this. I'm sure you guys had to have some sort of understanding that FaZe is a good team. This isn't going to be easy. When did it click for the team that you guys had this in the bag?
Before the major, probably.
Ooh, bit of trash talk.
Well, I don't think that's a bad answer, to be quite honest.
Fair enough.
They've been looking good.
I mean, we as a team, we've been putting a lot of work since the few weeks leading up to the major. Like, we were one of the few teams actually putting in the most hours into scrims and practice and actually watching replays and stuff. And when we realized that, and I was looking at my friends list and seeing all the teams like not being on as much as we were, I knew that we were going to be a force to be reckoned with any team we matched up. So.
All right, we got to talk about Drees, and obviously Spring Split, like he comes in, and that's a sprint, right? 3 tournaments within 3 or 4 weeks of one another. So how hard was that to get him incorporated like into the?
Is Rizzo doing his watch party right now?
When you have time off to get him involved.
I think the hard part of all that is actually like planning how to prep him, right? Once you get into the grind, like getting Drees in that many events back to back to back is just like fast tracking him to success, right? Getting him that experience that quickly is literally throwing him into the frying pan, like seeing how he does. And he handled it really well. He was this like bundle of raw talent, and all we had to do was just plan around how he plays. So we make sure that Jake and Reed, they knew what to do, and made sure we enabled Drees, and he ran with it, and it's been great so far.
Interesting.
We get to talk to coaches a lot about like, what did you say to your players in that clutch, that one timeout when you needed to turn things around? Here, we got to see you talking to your team when you're already ahead. What do you tell your players in that moment where you guys are you're already winning, you already are doing well, but you could lose momentum in that timeout?
Well, so as Cheese mentioned before I joined, that game 1 was like borderline horrendous on our part. We were letting FaZe get so much offense that I had to make sure we knew how to enable plays to get out of our own side and into their half. So it's not just about like taking these timeout opportunities to like change for the better. It's also to talk about what the other team might be doing as well. Because we kind of knew that FaZe, they were going to be on the last legs when they took their timeout. Like if they were going to win the entire set, they were going to have to come back, like basically a full reverse sweep of the entire best of 3, right? So we had to make sure we were aware of what changes they could make. And we were just discussing that, and we were making sure we were aware.
Well, it worked out great, obviously, and you talked a little bit about the prep work beforehand. So I'm curious, does that mean that before your match tomorrow against either Space Station or Rogue, have you already done all your prep for them, or is it right back into the lab after the match?
I'm sure we're probably going to discuss a little bit as a team, probably go back and watch our series and try to clean up as much stuff as possible, because as most people know, teams kind of ramp up throughout the timeline of an event and kind of peak in the grand finals. So we're going to keep improving throughout this week, even if we've done a bunch of prep beforehand. But at the end of the day, we've been focusing on ourselves the entire time we've been prepping for the major, for this event. So as long as we stick to our guns and do a little bit more prep work tonight, maybe tomorrow early, then we should be good. We're confident.
So far, your guns are more than powerful enough. You guys walk away with that sweep in the set and put yourselves on in that bracket, waiting to see who you face off against Space Station and Rogue. So I'm gonna say right now, congratulations on that, and good luck going forward in the rest of the championships.
Thank you, Leaf. Appreciate it, guys.
Jazzo from G2. Sounds like they're very, very focused on themselves, Wave. They're very aware of what they have to do in this tournament. Doesn't matter.
So I want to give like my 2 cents on that series. That was, first of all, an absolute fucking obliteration. Like, I don't think I've ever seen like a more one-sided like single game of a series in my life. Like, it was just G2's game to win, and they made sure of it. Ah, shit, I forgot about the lag that I'm gonna have. Ah, but... Well, I'm gonna play defensively this entire game. Because I know damn well I'm gonna lag. Yep, there it is. Like, right off the bat, just the lag. Absolute fucks me. Lol, the whole lobby was up. That is true. The entire lobby did go up for that, and no one made contact except for one guy. Tried to get a shot there. Listen, oh shit. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Bitch, there was a guy right there. I was trying to pinch with you, for fuck's sake. I thought he had it. What? Excuse me? How did I not make contact? This is bullshit. Bruh. Yeah? Streaming right now. I tried to get the power side shot. What the fuck are you no-waying me for? That shit's hard. Fuck off. Damn. I got turned. Yes, please. Get me out of this lobby. I don't want to be here. Thank fuck. That was miserable. That was interesting. Alright.
That's a bold prediction off the bat, because Gibbs, you've been saying you don't think a lot are going to go to all three series.
Yeah, like so I didn't think a lot of series would go 3, but I do think with Rogue and Space Station that this is coin flip every match that they play. So this could easily
This is
go
going to
3.
be a
This
fun
would
one to
the one
watch.
out of the 4 today that I would have had going 3, but we already seen one already. But Space Station Rogue, incredibly close.
That's for sure. Keep those tweets coming at us, guys, with the hashtag Verizon 5G Quick Chat. We like to keep hearing your thoughts and just predictions like this, too. These are all great. Yeah. So thanks for being a part of the show with us, guys. But I want to quickly take a look at the bracket, remind you guys what's going on here, because, again, up next we do have SSG versus Rogue. Gibbs, we have one of these sets down so far, G2 knocking out FaZe Clan, and another one will go away very soon.
Yeah, Space Station Rogue, whoever wins this moves on to the Final 4 to match up against Team Envy. Whoever loses also has to play an extra day. They play tomorrow versus G2, then move on to play Energy later on in the week. So a lot more Rocket League. If you lose, that's not what you want. You want to take the win right now.
That's for sure. So let's start diving into these teams a little bit more. We're going to start, of course, with one of those road to the championships. This time, it's all about Rogue.
All right, let's see Rogue's road to the championship.
Well, the beauty of RLCS X is in its openness. Reaching a regional and breaching the inner ring are different things entirely. G2, Space Station Gaming, NRG and Team Envy presented a united front in making the Big Four a closed shop. While anyone could play, the semi-finals and beyond belonged to them. After replacing Chronovi with Taroko in winter, Rogue began to show their mettle. Taroko brought balance as Turinturo and the particularly terrifying First Killer ran riot.
Now it's back to 4 for Rogue, and possibly as First Killer puts away the first one.
The Big Four now found themselves circling a Rogue-shaped trapdoor, and G2 in particular teetered on the edge. In winter's final regional, Rogue took their swing.
Fantastic, but they're just getting undone now. G2 Esports, reverse swept. Finds Turinturo on the wall, back down to First Killer with a full tank, saves it all. No way!
Another victory at the next regional in spring, as well as 2nd and 4th at consecutive majors, consolidated Rogue's place among North America's best. Rogue don't make things easy though, so when you as a fan feel almost as on edge as their opponent's back line, don't say we didn't warn you.
There it is!
But any team that underestimates them will find themselves victim to a feeding frenzy unlike anything they've ever experienced. And unlike Rogue's best player, they won't be the first.
Yeah, that team is Dazarin has
really,
been, really
that
impressing
was
a lot of people.
not that creative.
Back a little bit, but I don't think any of us expect them to go even further away from the top, only closer and closer, especially Daz with First Killer leading the charge.
Right. A lot of people talk about First Killer, you know, I mean, I've seen people, they don't even say First Killer, they usually say Jason. Because that's just like how much of a presence that this one individual has on the field. And we've seen that in terms of him being able to just solo play around teams and pick his parts, but also the drive that we've also seen him have off the field, where you know that he wants whatever team he's on to be the best in North America. Not even that, the world.
Yeah, personally, I just call him MVP because that's what he gets throughout this whole year. I feel like he really carried Rogue to where they are right now, and let's see how far
I do agree. First Killer is easily the
MVP
of Rogue, and maybe even the entire region.
If you got a player, James, like First Killer to pop off, why not? But, you know, you want the rest of your team being there and supporting as well. But they're going up against SSG, who's had a lot of ups and downs themselves. We're curious if they figured out the playstyle, James,
I'm thinking for SSG. SSG hasn't had the best of runs,
as they claimed they would.
But
I just want to take a moment and just expand on how crazy and long of a season it's been. When we started this year, Chronovi was still on Rogue. Just think about that. And now here we are at the end where Space Station and Rogue are going to be battling it out to make it to the semifinals to take on Envy. And I don't know which way it's going to go. Space Station is one of those teams where if you think back to the start of the season in the fall split, there didn't look to be a competitor to Space Station. They looked to be on a level of their own. And you know, that quickly dissipated once we started getting into the winter split. But when Space Station is motivated, I'm not sure if there is a team in North America that can beat them when they are playing at their highest level. They could go all the way if they're playing their game.
Well, you said you can't make a predict. You'll have to in a moment here, but I'll let chat get to it first. The Verizon fan vote is up. Hashtag SSG or RGE in the chat right now to make sure your vote is counted. We'll tally those up in just a few moments now. So you guys know, in case you didn't see Gibbs' bracket before, James and Daz, Gibbs built his bracket earlier today, and he did actually have SSG running through. Oh, no, wait. No, you had them at the bottom. You're right.
Space Station makes finals on the other side.
So,
it's
complicated, okay? It's complicated. My question for you guys, though, is you feel that SSG can do that through the upper part here rather than through the lower, or is this going to be Rogue as well, James, if you want to kick it off?
I think that Rogue is a very good team. I think First Killer does have that ability to carry a team, but I think Space Station, what they need is motivation. You even heard it in the Reddles interview when he said, I'm going to be the best player in the world. Space Station, we're going to be the best team in the world. So I don't think you can get much more motivation than this championship in North America. I'm going to give it to Space Station.
That's not really that true.
Okay, again,
and SSG says they want to be the best team in the world. They mean the world, not NA.
They end up on?
Well, you know,
because like there are no lands.
So people already know what I'm gonna pick here. I think I'm gonna go with James here. Back up Space Station Gaming. They have all the momentum. I've seen Reddles. He's been yapping all on Twitter. Hawk is cheap. You gotta show up. I believe in you here to take down Rogue.
This honestly is so hard for me. I don't know what to do. Okay, Gibbs, I'm sorry you're alone. Yeah, no, SSG, I got to. Daz just said it. That talk is not cheap, and I think a lot of times he's delivered.
No, he said talk is cheap.
I mean, sorry. But I don't struggling today. Gibbs picked Space Station. I don't think Reddles talk is cheap though. I think he backs it up though. I think it's worth something, right? So to listen to. So there it is. Chat believing in the play style. They talked about it before.
Something. Twitch chat's vote. That's all I'm saying.
You got a big old target on your back now. Well, let's start to get to this match in a few moments. We'll be over in the Verizon Skybox, but not before we get another face-to-face.
I kind of like this.
To play against, he's very annoying. Just always taking your boost, always bumping you, just always on the ball, trying to be annoying.
First Killer is actually someone I have a lot of respect for. One of the most naturally talented players to touch Rocket League. I believe that he is probably the best player in the world, if not top 3.
Wow.
When I think of SSG, I think of like they're really fast. They have a lot of good passing plays. You have to play like really, really good. Like you have to play the top of your game in order to even be coming close to beat them.
Oh, we're definitely in the same boat. Rogue is a team that if you come out slow, you're not going to win. Rogue is one of the teams that we were not looking forward to playing. I think they were the team who we were just like, we don't want to match up against this team in bracket.
I think this year is going to be like a 50-50. It's not really going to be like one-sided.
Best of luck. It'll be a good series.
Wow, that was a lot more respectful than I thought it was going to be.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm confused as to who just did I thought this was a trash talking segment. King Trash Talk just said, "Oh, he's really great. They're a great team there." But you can hear the respect from both these teams. I believe
both of these teams talk a fair bit of trash, and they have a lot of respect for each other.
Then, if even Reynolds is
game sees game.
Respect to Rogue, you know they're a team to buckle down and really get the job done if it needs to be done. And Curly, I don't know about you, but I actually kind of leaned Rogue's way, but I think James actually made the best argument on the
All right, I'm going to cast this.
There's no team that wants
opening kickoff stalls out. Arsenal goes up. First Killer will made him there. Turnturo will take possession in his own half. Going for the flip reset, won't get it. Sipical will play it to the backboard. Taroko will clear into his own corner over Reddles, not over Arsenal though. Arsenal will put it mid. Can he get it to a teammate though? No. First Killer will deny it. First Killer trying to get a pass going will be able to. Rogue now applying pressure on SSG, and it almost results in a goal. Reddles now in a one-on-one situation will just flick it. First Killer will be able to deal with it. Arsenal, oh what a dunk from First Killer, will give Rogue plenty of space and time. Sipical with a nice touch to prevent a shot on net, but is it going to last? Reddles will clear long. First Killer will play it to the wall. Sipical's there. Sipical will get past one, will be able to get past First Killer. Arsenal passes it up. Taroko's there to intercept. Reddles will play it to the side. Sipical trying to play it back to Reddles. Will be able to. Now Rogue, it's their turn to apply some pressure. Looks like they'll be able to apply pressure. Oh no, never mind. Reddles, or never mind, Sipical with a nice play to give SSG possession. And now they're prying downfield. First Killer now on the air dribble past the midfield line. Only got Sipical to beat. 50-50 goes high. Arsenal with the save and with the follow-up touch to prevent the immediate follow-up shot, as Sipical will boom it long. Definitely a very back and forth game already. Very exciting to watch as Arsenal will play it downfield. First Killer will get it. Reddles will, oh, that was dangerous. Arsenal almost able to put it on net, as now Space Station is on the hunt. It feels like both of these teams have kind of been on the hunt at the same time as well. Both teams just looking for that chance, sometimes finding it. Oh, this is one right here. The bump comes through, and Arsenal has the easiest goal of his career. Reddles with a nice pass. First Killer with a not so optimal touch. Reddles demo and a bump on the play will be able to just absolutely clear the way for Arsenal, and Arsenal has an easy goal. 1-0 SSG. Can they keep this up? Rogue is a very offensive-oriented team. Both of these teams are. Who will have the better offense? And who will find the second goal of this game? I'm very excited to find out, as Reddles will be annoying. It's a one-on-one situation. Sipical tries to fake it. Taroko unable to be faked. And Reddles will wisely take it to his own back wall. We'll get it past Taroko. No, never mind. Taroko will stall the ball at the midfield. First Killer will go for the flip reset. We'll get it. That was a very, very powerful flip reset. That was almost a goal in of itself. But SSG was not caught off guard. Arsenal looking for demos. Reddles, oh, SSG is caught out. The fake, and Turnturo would put it in. That was totally a fake from Taroko. And then Turnturo with the soft shot. No one expects it. Tied up. These teams look so even right now. I would say SSG looks a bit more quality, but Rogue did just score. And I would say that this is a very even series, as now SSG currently have the ball in the Rogue half. And Reddles will play it into the corner, off the back wall, playing it himself. Arsenal's there! That was all Reddles. Reddles. Arsenal's hyped. Reddles will absolutely dominate Rogue in the corner and pass it mid for Arsenal as he takes a sip of what looks to be some sort of fast food drink. If it's I think Arsenal is a Wendy's guy. I don't know.
Try to connect with Reddles here, and the cherry pick gives it to Arsenal in the midfield now onto the backboards past one defender.
That's such a weird thing to try to discuss. What kind of fast food do you think Arsenal eats? Honestly, that's not something you can really answer. I don't know. I like Wendy's, so Wendy's is good, and they have good value. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, SSG is now up 2-1 with 1 minute to go, and now a pass mid will be cut off from First Killer. Follow up from Sipical is there, but Taroko with the in and out squishy save. Oh, and the whiff from Rettles will leave the field open. A good recovery from Rogue will get possession for themselves. First Killer trying to demo Arsenal. He's so smart. He's playing it slow. Sipical will launch it. Rettles on the backboard, trying to cause havoc, trying to burn off as much clock as possible to secure the game 1 victory. As Rettles just puts it to the backboard, not the touch turn Turo was looking for. Arsenal will keep it in the Rogue half. Taroko will finally get it out. Sipical just stalling at the midfield. The ball is perfectly in the midfield. And that will be it. SSG takes game 1 over Rogue. Oh, maybe not. Arsenal puts it towards the midfield, and it drops.
I think that was a pretty good game from Space Station. I think really
that was a good game.
The big challenge there from Taroko, they didn't feel a lot of pressure from Rogue, and Rogue certainly, you know, I talked about the speed, the pace of the game being very important.
Alright, chat.
I don't think Rogue is.
I have to use the restroom, and one of the good things about this kind of content is I can just leave it going while I'm in the restroom.
Yeah, a lot of great disruption as well, with a lot of physicality coming through on the goal line, and good solid boost control as well. I mean, Rogue never really starved per se in a lot of positions, but definitely having to contend with a lot of tough touches in and around the corners, up near the back wall, and never able to get past safely that midfield line. As I alluded to earlier, Rettles really playing an excellent midfield game in this first one. Strong start for Space Station Gaming. You gotta love that they came in locked in and ready to go, and that's always kind of been, for at least the last couple of tournaments, a bit of a hang up for Rogue, a slow start, and you can't really afford one.
No, well, it's a question. Can you afford it more in this format than you ever could before?
True.
Yeah. You know,
I guess you have a little bit more
you
time.
can give them, you know, I don't think anyone wants to lose or be like, oh, okay, it's fine that we lost, but you get a little bit of slack if you happen to lose. Let's put it like that. And I think Rogue certainly do get a lot of chances here to heat up if they do start to fall behind.
Well, we'll see how they bounce back here in game 2. Taroko dumps it down the midfield. Sipical will respond. First Killer was trying to bump Sipical off of it and open the midfield line for his team to advance, and they will make it across and shoot from the corner. Taroko with the accuracy gets the first point of the game.
This is kind of a product of nobody in the midfield really being in a good position, because it just nobody has a lot of boost, so they're all kind of thinking about, I want to rotate back and grab that corner, and there's only one guy with boost in that situation, and he's on the opposite end of the pitch, seeing his two teammates there kind of next to the ball. And so Taroko, it's just like, I mean, if you're both going to focus on that corner boost, I'm just going to try and put a shot in.
And both players there in the corner, like you pointed out from Space Station, is exactly what Rogue wants. Here comes Sipical, the flick past everybody, and Space Station respond.
Man, watch him zone. Who is it? Arsenal here
Arsenal,
just goes downfield, finds Turn. Like, nah, buddy, see you later. That one's a free goal. Tie game.
That's the bread and butter for Space Station. You catch one off the wall, get the transition, and more often than not, they've always got somebody down there at that midfield line. They will always put the pressure on you. And
shit, I go to the bathroom. I come back.
Converting 2-on-1s.
The second game of the series has started, and not even a minute's gone by, and it's 1-1. What did I miss?
Turn Turo with a clear. Reynolds, the third man. Have a tank of boost. I think he got his. No, he didn't get his reset, it looks like. And he'll give it to Arsenal. And then First Killer. Is this open? Oh, couldn't quite get it around the corner.
That was a tricky play downfield. Rogue, I think we're throwing out.
Oh, what a pass.
Arsenal puts it away.
What a passing play.
Blindsided. They get so caught up here playing the corner defense. Taroko completely loses track of Arsenal. I mean, he's thinking he rotated out, stole the corner boost, maybe went back to the midfield line. Nope, he's still hanging out right there.
The Sipical is smiling about that. He's like, yeah, I did it backwards. I passed that one across.
What a pass.
You know, he's happy about that.
Man, what a play. Now Arsenal looking to try and do it again. Taroko this time going to beat him to the ball. And then a nice pass and extension at midfield to give Rogues more pressure. They keep it going, and Sipical will pick up the barely wide shot. The turn throws got it back into the box. Reynolds has to deal with it from his own corner.
And I think that's that passing play that we just saw, although a little bit slow, people are running out of boost.
is kind of what Rogue is shooting
Wouldn't
for
it be crazy
They just don't have the pace behind it, and Space Station have done a good job
G2 wins RLCS 9,
to not let them have
and then they win RLCS
counterattack
X.
that Rogue so wants.
Technically, they would be back-to-back champions, but it wouldn't feel like they're back-to-back champions. You know what I mean?
You need to be able to string a couple of these together.
Because it's been so long since Season 9. Like, so much has changed. Like, the Dignitas roster completely fell apart.
2:45 approaching halftime of game 2.
Vitality, so... That was good.
The roller coaster of emotion for this goal from Turo. It's like, oh, he missed it. Wait, he's got it again.
That was so low.
I can't believe Turo put
Like,
that
in
away.
terms of double taps, that was pretty low altitude, but it worked.
Lean back in his chair, Rogue. Huge game-tying goal there from Turo. Great work. Again, that counter. Space Station were spread out as they moved back towards their side. Rogue cuts it out in the midfield, and all of a sudden, it's a chance for Rogue.
Oh, Sipical actually had a shot.
Trying to push back in and regain the lead. Off the ceiling, Sipical. Still hold on to that flip. They'll get a block out of it. Now Reddle's in. Backs off the ball. Sees too much pressure in front of him. Lofts it in front of the goal. And Arsenal out in the corner. Back towards the net again. Gets it through First Killer somehow. And where is Sipical coming up in the midfield? Arsenal quickly turns on this to keep the pressure on. Dropping in front of the box.
So much pressure right now.
Pressure as First Killer and Turo, I think, bump into each other trying to defend here. Taroka will finally find a clear as Space Station gives him a moment to breathe.
Yeah, you're forced into these long clears when you're Rogue if you're not able to put the challenges together. I mean, you just have to give yourself the space to make a different read. And
no way.
From their own half.
No way. No way.
First Killer gonna rip it off the wall straight in. They catch Sipical, I think, trying to catch
That's
the
unlucky.
rebound. He's kind of just floating into net afterwards.
And it was just out of reach for Sipical. That one just bouncing past him, and First Killer can get downfield to put it away. That's a tough one to give up for Space Station Gaming. Rogue all the way from their own side, gets some good power behind it, and it gets past the last man.
I mean, you gotta wonder if Sipical's looking at that one, if he's worried that first touch is in, and that's why he jumps at it, because it's actually a pretty routine save, right? If you let it just bounce off the wall, if you can tell that it's off, but perspective is a dangerous thing to flirt with when you got a quick one coming down your way with just about 90 seconds left.
Chief is absolutely right.
Been a situation of not
Perspective is
realizing he was out of boost,
dangerous.
Or either way, the lack of boost making it catastrophic, could not recover in any way. Now Taroka with First Killer, putting on more pressure, looking for a go-ahead, a security blanket here. 4-2 is Rogue, starting to take control of game 2.
They certainly are, and it is that speed that you're seeing now. Just taking the ball away. Sipical couldn't get to it, didn't even challenge Taroka. Great work. He's playing phenomenal Rocket League here for Rogue. Here in these first couple games, only if to just keep the attack on, but also some crucial challenges from him for Rogue, and really racking up the score here in this second game.
Into the final minute.
Oh, Arsenal! Oh my God!
Just enough of it, but will it actually do the deal? As Sipical couldn't put it under. Reynolds gets blocked by First Killer. And man, the pressure from Space Station not giving up on this game in the final moments.
Oh
gets an important touch, but it drops dangerous again.
Score. He's everywhere.
Typical open. Now it's in.
Wow.
1 goal game.
Arsenal was an
That was a
absolute
brilliant
wizard
display
this
from
entire
Arsenal.
Sequence. Sure, his initial dribble doesn't get scored, but look at him still continue to battle after rotating through the corner, make another key block to stick it on the goal line, let his teammate come through and give him a chance. What a sequence from Arsenal.
Can Arsenal do it again?
He was working some magic through the
midfield.
No.
Oh.
Off the kickoff. No, given up by Space Station. Rogue will get up by 2 again.
Oh, this is frustrating. Typical. He's on the cheat up, and I mean, of course, he's going for the cheat up there as well. I mean, there's 39 seconds left. You need one more goal. Let's be aggressive, but just a catastrophic.
Well, that's game 2.
Yeah, you really want to bring possession to your team when you're down by 1, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with a cheat up there from Sipical. It's just the kickoff happened to go perfectly wrong. I mean, he was pretty close to being able to recover it, but 2-goal deficit when you get one back like that, that's going to be disappointing.
Oh, they nearly cut it down to 1 again. That'll be First Killer in the final 18 seconds. Arsenal over 1. Chasing it down, midfield pass. And Sipical takes too long to gain control. First Killer should be able to burn time off this clock. Arsenal's touch won't be good enough either. As the final seconds expire here, Rogue bounced back in game 2, tying up our first series 1-1.
Yeah, it's a much better game here from Rogue. Look, I think the challenge.
Oh,
was
it's
fine
a
in the first
shake.
game, but even better here in the second, and they were able to take advantage of a lot of quick plays that Space Station gave up. I think Space Station still played just fine. It was just that Rogue. I found those little opportunities to take advantage that I feel like only Rogue can. You think back to the first couple goals, Rogue were able to take advantage. This one right here, where there's 2 players right in front of the ball for Space Station, low boost situation, but Rogue does a great job of finding that gap and putting it away.
And you gotta, like you said, I actually don't think Space Station played a bad game here. It was, I mean, with Turo scoring goals like that, I mean, what are you supposed to do, man? It's like, oh, they missed it. It's still in. It's just like, okay. So Rogue converts a couple of quality chances, even if they were extremely unlikely to happen. But
I'm still amazed that that game went as in Rogue's favor as it did, given the transcendent play we were seeing from Arsenal. The amount of, there were 2 goals. There were 2 goals there, like in the back third of just like that super tight rotation in Rogue's half, managing to pass the ball across with that backflip touch from Sipical early on in the game, and then the passes we saw from Arsenal towards the end there. It's very surprising here that they allowed 5 goals despite offense.
I think still an absolute money game for Space Station, to be honest. Yeah, it kind of looks like you got blown out, but what are you going to do? And what a shot towards the back post, saved by Sipical. But
yeah, I think this is going to be one of the better series of the day.
Space Station's game to win, and Rogue really did steal it.
Yeah. And I think what we saw at the end of that game from Space Station was exactly what we should see more of from them. Arsenal on the ball in the midfield, working a couple of players, finding each other in the pass. And that's where I think Space Station really shined, and this is a great opportunity to show it again. Arsenal might take it all the way if he can get around it. Unfortunately, gets away from him. And now here comes Turo back the other way. He's stopped up by Reynolds.
And again, Arsenal really smart. He cut off there. He knows his teammate's going to pull out, so all he has to do is take it away from Rogue and keep them from building the pressure in that corner.
That's
Turo
good.
with a chance to put one in, top left corner, off the corner of the net. And Sipical going to take it to safety, but Rogue pressing.
Turo didn't actually. He had a very narrow shot window there, but it was open. If he hit the window, there was no blocking it. Just barely goes wide, and we'll stay scoreless here in the first minute and a half. First Killer winning 1 challenge, but he goes to Reynolds in the mid, and he'll look to
what a pass!
Goes off Turo into the goal. What a play!
That's the passing play that you want to see out of Space Station game. Look at the challenge from Sipical. Opens up the gap, sees it immediately. The pass from Reynolds is perfect. Space Station on top.
That ball rolled perfectly out to Reynolds, and he just saw no one's coming to challenge me from the net. Just throw it at Sipical. He is going to bang this towards the goal. And when you see a passing lane that wide, I mean, it's criminal not to take advantage of it.
Reynolds is like, the disrespect from this team. They don't challenge me? Well, here, get punished then. Taroko to try and push it across midfield. And now, similar play here from Rogue as Turo's picking this one up, looking to connect with his teammates, but First Killer's having to back off as Reynolds is putting pressure on him, and now trying to look for a counterattack. Space Station, again, getting more and more control and pressure in enemy territory. They're holding on to the lead this time.
Oh, Wavepunk sounds like a robot.
Turo will extend things at midfield.
It's the real thing that the Space Station is making quite difficult for Rogue. You'll notice a lot of times, if Space Station wants, they haven't had anybody from Rogue coming up to challenge them and take them out of the ability to stick the ball on the hood, keep it close. Whereas when Rogue has been trying to break out of their own half, someone from Space Station always in position, ready to make that as difficult as possible.
I think another thing that's really interesting right now from Space Station, if we just go back 30 seconds or so from that clear from Space Station, it was First Killer and Reynolds downfield.
Oh, what a shot!
Play both the ball and the player, but Sipical, he'll just put it away himself. Space Station up by 2, doubling up.
Same problem here for First Killer, rotating into net, trying to play both the ball and the player, but the problem is he's got no boost to actually make the play, so he has to let it bounce. I mean, if he's got 12, he can probably make that play.
That challenge, though, was so strong again from Sipical. He's done such a great job here in this game, winning big challenges that set up Space Station for success. He's not even just winning the challenges. Space Station are better off because of it. And here they come again, looking for that back wall, but can't get there in time. This is going to be dropped off by Sipical, turned away by Taroko. Space Station still hunting here. Sipical drops it down and turned away again. And here comes Rogue.
Oh, Rogue gonna try to beat him on the backboard, and they're finally on the scoreboard.
I think he missed
That's
it.
nice.
Arsenal's headed back, and he took it up the wall. He wanted a nice, clean angle, and just off on the timing. Never quite got there. Rogue bring it back within one, and I don't know. You hate to see Space Station give up one that they feel like they could have defended, because they are playing such a great game, but that's exactly what got them into trouble in the previous one. And here again, they break through. All Taroko's got to do is get this mid and kind of slows it down around the corner and lets Arsenal back into the rotation.
I don't think he knew if someone was in the net or not for Space Station. He was looking for that bump and wanted to let the ball come across, but there was really nobody back for Space Station, so it benefited Arsenal. And Space Station do get out, but maybe only for the moment as Rogue trying to ramp back up.
Arsenal over Taroko. He's got both of his teammates on this side of the field with him, so not a full coverage here, and they might get punished for it. Typical did get back in time before First Killer's shot came through to the net.
I feel like Rogue are gonna tie it up.
Territory gets it back to First Killer, who I believe picked up the corner boost. He's gonna go for the air dribble.
Oh.
Arsenal gets in the way and turn Turo to pick it up in the corner. Taroko now for the shot, but Arsenal intercepts, and here comes a counterattack.
Oh, nice bump there. But still, Arsenal's sticking in the rotation there because he knows that's the gap that needs to be filled with 0 boost. And he makes one key challenge to buy his teammates time here and approach this from a much better position than just letting
40 seconds. Can Rogue tie it up?
I mean, this guy's being an absolute monster right now.
And that's what prevents Rogue from setting up multiple attacks. That's a good demo. Arsenal there on the save, and a big clear for Space Station is only as far as Taroko. See if he can find some space. A little back and forth though. Here in the final 20 seconds, Rogue not really finding a momentum. Here comes First Killer though.
Yep, there it is. I was right.
17 seconds left.
We might finally have an overtime here. First Killer out to Turo.
Now I'm gonna say Space Station wins in overtime off of Arsenal. He's either gonna score it or he's gonna set it up somehow.
The only thing that really mattered there on that shot. And Rogue again, they give themselves a chance. You know, it feels like Space Station playing the better game of Rocket League, but they're keeping themselves in it, and they find another way to fight back.
Oh, that almost made my prediction wrong.
Again, 3 seconds left. Do we have
I'm
overtime, or do they
0-1 on I'm 1-1 on predictions for the day.
Look to kill it here in the mid. They kept it up instead, actually, and does he get punished for it? Arsenal's in position to pass back down. They keep it alive. Oh, it's over to.
Okay, I was almost wrong, but for the right reason.
Like 7 boosts coming off the wall there. Maybe a little bit more. He could get it out just in front of his teammate.
We'll see, we'll see.
It didn't matter. It was a good attempt, and it was a second chance anyways because Turo kept it up.
All right.
And we're into overtime.
Rogue's not gonna score here.
Smart kickoff there from First Killer, knowing there's no sense in trying to push this one forward. Just wanted Rogue to have the first possession. He wants to give his team the chance to set the pace.
Oh no.
Space Station's been driving it.
Good.
Arsenal's going to make another big stop on the goal line.
Good.
They have a First Killer. Look at the transition. Keeping control on.
All right, here we go. Here we go now. Here we go now.
With control here, but an excellent touch off the wall. 39 seconds into overtime. Here's Reddles. Got Arsenal lurking in front. Wins one challenge, and First Killer will just wait. Knows he's got some space. He gets the ball off to his corner.
That's a good clear from Turo. Arsenal's been the biggest problem to beat. Early on, it was Reddles. And if Rogue just continues to poke that one touch past that initial challenge, they're going to find themselves in a lot better position.
That was smart from Arsenal.
How many times do you see a challenge by 2 players on both sides of the ball just completely kill the ball to a complete stop right there? So,
Oh no.
That speaks to
Oh, that was almost nutty.
That one almost dropped in for Rogue. Here comes Reynolds being taken himself. Can't do it. Gets stopped by Taroko. Typical. Looking for another Space Station player, but only finds Turo. He's trying to get a hold of it. Lost it in the midfield. First Killer has to bail him out. Space Station trying to get behind this one. This Rogue keep it awkward enough to keep possession, but that went straight to Reynolds. Maybe Space Station. Reynolds himself, Taroko, to clear it away.
There you go. That's one mistake from Simpical there. He was in the right spot. It's just he got the wrong touch, and it's let Rogue out of the cage for free. Turo with a flip reset, trying to turn it in. Taroko to finish the job, and he just drops it towards the floor. Doesn't square
Prediction's
it up.
still alive.
Space Station chance to rally.
No, First Killer did get that corner boost, and despite the shot being kind of directly at the defenders, it was directly behind them, so everyone from Space Station had to hit their brakes, and it's left them trapped for another 15 seconds here or so. Very starved out. So you can see the boost in the top corner. Reynolds going to try and get it across midfield, and Rogue will fall back a bit, take control. Arsenal, the only player to pick up any boost. Now finally everyone getting a little bit more in the tanks. We're halfway into another game here. Rogue pressuring, trying to take the lead in the series.
And they just let him out there as well. Arsenal, that's a much needed clear. It buys all the time in the world for everyone on Space Station to at least get some boost in the tank and ready for a challenge.
I thought maybe Arsenal was going to dunk.
There's been a lot of these balls that Rogue
Alright,
just
come on,
don't
Arsenal.
get back. And Space
Make
Station
my
now
prediction
taking
come true.
advantage of
Make me
that.
2-1 on the day.
Rogue, they play around with it a few touches in the midfield, and Space Station not having any of it. Reynolds, he can't get around. We're looking for one more. Here comes Typical right side. It's Space Station
1 and 2.
Turo. He again gets caught rotating in here with only 12, so he thinks his best play is to actually head up the back of the net. And to be honest, it probably is. You'd like to give up a little bit of speed, but
it's debatable. You know what? I'm counting it. Arsenal did get a touch to help set it up.
Nobody's really in a good spot.
2-1, boys. 2-1.
It just kind of got hung. They really beat themselves, to be honest.
I felt like it was, I don't know, like the Reynolds challenge right before the shot was so ballsy. Coming off of the back wall, like he's like, hey, I'm just gonna throw my car in front of the ball. You gotta come out after me. And from that point on, Turntro, he's got a very rough decision to make. And honestly, where the shot was placed, I don't know if that decision was gonna make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, if he sticks on the ground, like maybe he makes it, but if he stays on the ground, he also has to hit the brakes, and then he's kind of facing at this weird, awkward angle, so he probably wouldn't have made it.
What is First Killer doing with that tap?
If I'm Rogue and I'm sitting here in this tactical timeout, I'm thinking, all right. I mean, we're losing the challenge game when it really matters. Like occasionally, yeah, we're getting the good touches out and winning a couple and winning back to try and equalize possession, but when it comes to key blocks and keeping people on defense, Space Station with Arsenal and Reynolds and Sipical all doing a fantastic job of that. And that's really been the big difference maker. And the secondary factor is the ability to get control on your first touches. It feels like not First Killer, but Rogue in general. Whenever they take that ball up the wall, it feels like they're just going up a little bit too fast. And so when they're trying to take that ball with them off the wall to try and set up a play, they kind of get this squirrely touch because they don't have the best control of the ball. And they kind of get this suboptimal push, and they're not really able to set themselves up for a good challenge to stay on offense. And Space Station's kind of picking that apart too.
No, I absolutely agree with that second point. Is it does feel like Rogue's first touch in the midfield just seems to get away from, even outside of going up the wall. It just seems like a lot of poor touches, especially the second half of this last game. Everything seemed to be getting away from Rogue. They eventually got back onto the attack, but it just felt like it was too easy for Space Station to kind of read. And I think that, especially in this back half of the second game, Rogue were very predictable. And while Space Station felt some pressure from Rogue, obviously Rogue had some attacking chances, I think it was expected and predicted by Space Station. They were set up for it.
I feel like a bit of it is also maybe Space Station creating that sort of environment with positioning and boost management. Rogue is a team that thrives on chaos. Space Station is a team that we've heard from other players plays a very consistent quote-unquote
Oh, you see the Rattles. Rattles is hyped.
Zero things boring about this. It's a nice dribble and the classic 1v1 play, and he was still First Killer. He almost got there.
He almost got there.
Hitting that on First Killer has to feel good.
Especially isolate the last defender. It only benefits you as the attacker to go for a play like that. Because even if the last defender there in First Killer gets a touch, Space Station can still collapse on the ball. It's weak, and Space Station can get back to it. So that was a great choice by Reynolds and a great execution of it. Now here comes Sipical. He'll just take the shot, and it's 2-0 just like that.
Well, this was not the start Rogue wanted.
No pressure. Turntro so late to that ball, and it was just the chaos created from the recovery on kickoff. No one able to get to it in time. 2-0 Space Station.
Quick start in a potentially series-defining game.
Yeah.
And Rogue, you think, well, we took the timeout and come out here to an 0-2 start. Not exactly the one you're looking for, but you can see there Turo going for a little bit more control. But when you both get demoed, it doesn't make a difference. Thankfully, the shot is wide. Rogue with a chance to rally.
Thankfully, the shot was wide.
To be fair, Rogue hasn't really
that was a
blown
whiff.
out of any of the games yet. They've always kept themselves, with a decent chance at finding
I feel like Marquis Duda would be proud of that thing Arsenal just did.
They're not letting Space Station just run right through them.
God, I miss Marky. I miss Kickser as well.
Incredibly important that Rogue not let in this third goal that nearly has happened like 3 times in the last 30 seconds. Coming back from a 3-0 deficit, very difficult at this level.
To be fair, it should have gone in. Sipple just completely missed the ball. It was a tough angle, but the net was pretty much open with that Reynolds bump. So for Rogue, they're at least happy to be sitting at 2-0 down instead of 3-0, but maybe they can get one back. So Arsenal wants to take this one into the air, met by Turinturo. It's a good challenge here. Can Rogue put something together? Turo wants to take it himself, no boost. He'll be shut down by the first defender, but the first killer keeps it alive. Turoko trying to put it in a dangerous spot. The Space Station perfectly positioned on the out. And maybe not the second touch, though, as Rogue back on attack.
Dotting it. Space Station right to each other on defense, always finding the first touch to a teammate. It's so effective at getting them out of their own half quickly and efficiently. And Rogue has just not had the same level of positioning when it comes to that type of play. First killer in an awkward spot here, and he actually played that brilliantly. I mean, you get caught rotating into the near post and it goes right past you. No need to panic, swivel right back around, make sure you get the big part of the car behind the ball and make the right touch. It's highly unlikely you're beat in that scenario.
Turn it off the wall, and it has been a series of marginal pixel level plays here as again Turntro has to flip off that as first killer calls him off of it. Turoko will try to pick up his ball, sends it toward the goal. First killer creating chaos, not going to be enough. Reynolds still makes the save.
First killer still wants a piece of this defense here from Space Station. Off the ball, comes clean. Turoko opts not to go, and it might have been the smart choice. Everyone had to get back for Rogue. He could commit too hard on a half chance. Rogue, plenty of opportunities still here in this game. Another ball played off the back wall. Turinturo getting a couple touches, and Turoko can't win the challenge. Here comes Reynolds, quickly up for it. He's met by first killer on his back wall.
First killer doing a much better job in giving himself a look at the double touch to break out of their own half. And Turoko trying to chop that straight sideways for first killer.
Oh, that was big brain.
So close.
That was big brain from Sipical.
The best option too for first killer. I don't know if he could have got back to it. Maybe he might have.
He would have gotten back to it because Sipical swerved in front of him. Sure, Turoko gets the demo, but it also creates a smoke screen and also kills his momentum.
And unfortunate that he couldn't get back to the ball. Got the demo, but didn't really matter. Space Station now, like you said, wave. Position here, and less. First killer works a little bit of magic off the kickoff. Rogue need one here as fast as possible.
Whoa, what? So first killer actually, he made the wrong touch there. He actually made the wrong first touch to chop it towards the net. That causes his teammate to leave because the first touch should be straight out into the middle towards a teammate. But since it goes to the goal, the second man's thinking, I don't have to be here. And then first killer gets the recovery effort, and he's trying to just pull the string on Reynolds. And I mean, Rogue has the right idea at the wrong time. It's just, it's so close to being good.
I love that little play that we just saw while Cheese was talking. Reynolds sitting in his net or off the goal line, buying time and not attacking as fast as he possibly could to make sure that the attacker doesn't go towards the ball. And the attacker on the ball is playing it slow, waiting for the man in front of him to get the bump. So both players slow playing it ends up Space Station's favor, and they get out of it.
Man, 25
Is Rogue
seconds
gonna be
left,
shut out?
Down by 3. Rogue with so many tantalizing opportunities in this final minute, none of them gonna become a reality. 15 seconds left, and this one gonna be over. Space Station gonna take the first series in our set, and they'll be feeling confident going into the second one.
Especially after this game. I was just going to say, especially after this game. I mean, this is Space Station's best game. Even without any massive highlight plays, it still feels like Space Station played exactly the way Space Station wants to play. They made Rogue uncomfortable. Rogue did not have opportunities like
chat. I'm a end stream.
Catching, Space Station on
and
the
because something
counterattack.
came up.
That really didn't happen.
I'll be back streaming tonight, hopefully. In the meantime, thank you for watching.